Good morning and welcome to the FarhamPanthers.com Coaches Show. I'm here with Coach Bryan Harvey, women's basketball coach, and we have a guest today, Kylene Culler, a junior two-sport star here at Farham, basketball this season and softball next season. And, Bryan, we had quite a game last week at Farham against the Eastern Mennonite team that was pretty good, one of the leading teams in the ODAC conference. You want to talk us through that game a little bit?
That was a big game for us, big South Region game. I think Eastern Mennonite at the end of the year will be probably one of the best teams in the South Region. We knew that coming in. They were preseason favorites to win the ODAC, and it was just a big non-conference game for us. And got off to a great start, played really well for about 30 minutes, and then they changed defenses on us, and down the stretch we kind of struggled a little bit, but it was a good learning experience for us, and at the end of the day we came away with a big win.
Yeah, and the schedule, they came in having played several games, and with our, why don't you talk about our schedule a little bit and how that is working with the conference now expanding. I guess we can only schedule so many.
Well, with our conference expansion, which is good for us, the negative with it is just have so many conference games, so we have very few non-conference opportunities to play, and we play doubleheaders with the guys, and the guys usually don't start conference play till January, and because of that, we don't start conference play till January. So with 6 non-conference games to schedule, it's kind of sometimes tricky to schedule in 6 games in November and December when you got Thanksgiving, and then you got exams and you got Christmas. So it's a little bit tricky in that regard. So a lot of practice and very few games so far. But once we come back from Christmas, we'll be pretty busy for the remainder of December, January, and February.
All right. Kylene, we thank you for coming in this morning. You have 2 exams today. You're a student first, health and human performance major, and a junior. So you're in the midst of finals. How's that going for you?
Well, it's kind of a stressful time, but we usually try to work around our exam schedules with basketball and everything. Coach Harvey's kind of lenient during the exam time. He lets us decide when we can have practice, and he gives us time to study and stuff. So it's really not as stressful as you think it would be, but sometimes it gets a little bit tense. So.
Well, you're a competitive person. I know you like to excel in your classes, and you're an academic all-conference person, and you don't have very many. You have pretty many A's on your record, which we're proud of. And this day and age in college, you don't have too many two-sport stars, and you are the only woman, I think, in Farham history to be on a NCAA team, a team that goes to the NCAA with 2 different teams, softball and basketball. So talk about that. Talk about your time, and you're in finals now, and you don't have as much basketball going on during this week of finals, but talk about how you juggle your time and softball. Just talk about that whole thing.
Well, I have 2 very understanding coaches, first of all, about the whole thing. They work together, and I usually start out with fall ball for softball when I come back to school, and then after that we go straight into basketball, and then once basketball finishes, I go straight into softball. But it's the timing that I have for it. I have to manage my time wisely, and with school and everything, it gets a little frustrating, gets a little tense at times, but I enjoy both sports. I love both of them, and I love both teams. The teams are both great, so I mean it's a plus to be able to play on both teams.
Yeah, and you maintain an A average. That's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Coach, we have a little bit of a break coming up, and then when do you come back after Christmas, or do they come back during Christmas?
They come back on the 26th. So we'll send them home on Tuesday 17th, and bring them back on the 26th. So they get a little bit of a break. I'd like to give them more, but we play we play games on the 29th and 30th. So have to come back after 10 days off and after exams and prepare for
Sure.
a couple of big games on the 29th and
Yeah.
30th, and then we go right from there right into conference play.
Right, right. Talk about your, you have a road trip. You're going to Memphis, Tennessee.
We are. We're going, leaving on the 27th to go to Memphis, Tennessee. It'll be a good trip for us. Play Birmingham Southern, and then the second night we play Rhodes. And Rhodes right now I think is currently ranked 16th in the country. Have a All-American that played at Tennessee as a freshman and actually got minutes at Tennessee as a freshman. So it's going to be a challenge for us. So, but that's, I think with our program where it is right now, those are the type of games that we need to play. We need to test ourselves against some of the best teams in the country and see where we belong, where we fit in, and hopefully, those are the type of teams that I think we can play with.
Yeah. So Kylene, these long road trips, you're going to Memphis, and then I guess you'll go to Memphis and then play, Covington or Covenant College. Do you come back and then go back, or you'll play Covenant in Georgia and then Maryville on the 4th? So you'll have quite a schedule. Talk about what you do on your road trips.
Well, our road trips, that's where a lot of our bonding comes in. I mean, we're on a bus for 10 hours or however long, and I mean, we watch movies, but we mostly just sit and we hang out and we talk about stuff, and it's just a lot. It's a big bonding experience to be able to just ride on a bus with your teammates and stuff, and so it's really exciting to be able to do that, and staying in hotel rooms, and we have fun, but it's all about business, and it's a good experience.
Yeah. And the fun and getting to know each other better, and only in Division III, the Division I's are flying all over the place, and you guys are in a bus for a long time. So it is different in Division III, and I think it does become a family. It does become the Ferrum family, and then you turn around and have softball, and we're playing some of the same teams in softball and making some of those same trips. So it becomes pretty interesting. Talk about, Coach, you have a lot of talent. You have high expectations on this team. And you have a lot of women that can play. Talk about spreading the minutes around and the team concept and those kinds of things. Well, how do you spread the minutes around when you have 12 people?
To be honest, that's probably one of my biggest challenges. I think in the past we maybe went 7 or 8 deep, and last year we were pretty deep and probably played about 8 players most nights. This year we're trying to play at least 10, and it's a challenge. It's a challenge at the end of the day to figure out how to spread the minutes and make sure everybody's getting enough minutes. I hadn't quite figured that out yet. To 2 games in, I've got a couple of kids that I'd like to see get more minutes, and it's just going to take me a little while to figure out a rotation. But every year, every team's different, and you got to figure out how to work a rotation and how to get everybody involved. And I think the one thing that we're trying to get them to understand is we play a lot of back-to-back days. We play a lot of Saturdays, a lot of Sundays. So I think our depth is going to be something that helps us be successful. So we need to spread minutes and make sure that on that second day of back-to-backs that we're ready to go. Whereas other teams might not be as deep, and when we're playing on Sunday after playing on Saturday, that's a big advantage for us. So and we really kind of stressed we call it "we before me," attitude. We have a big quote this year that we're using, get out of yourself and into the team, and it's just really trying to buy into the team concept and not be so focused on individual things.
Yeah. And I think you have 4 seniors and 4 juniors, something like that, and I know your seniors have bought in, and I think your juniors have bought into that because they've been around enough, and I think maybe it's getting the younger women to understand that it's before me, or maybe they're understanding.
Yeah, I think our chemistry this year is probably better than it's been previously, and I think a big part of that is our freshmen and our sophomores have bought in early, and I think in this day and age, it's hard to get freshmen that come in that have been good high school players and played a lot of minutes to accept, a lesser role as freshmen and sophomores. But I think when your program's successful and you got a lot of juniors and seniors playing, that's part of it. And this group has really kind of embraced that. And I think our sophomores and freshmen have really had a great attitude going into things, and I think that's helped us.
All right. Kylene, we had against Eastern Mennonite, I don't think there were too many empty seats in the house. There were people standing around. I mean, it was a big, loud crowd. And that hasn't always been that way at Ferrum College. In the last several years during the Harvey era, it's becoming that way. How is that?
It's exciting to see that everybody wants to come out and support us, and I think that the way that we play is just very exciting to people, and but I just think that the fans are awesome. I mean, we have teams all around campus that come out and support us. We have people from the community come out, and it's just it's really important to us to see that our gym can be full during our games and stuff, and it's really exciting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what are some other things that you'd like our audience to know about, Coach, about your team? I know that exciting having the big crowds. We're high expectations. The expectations are high that we have a winning season, and we're 2-0 right now. We didn't make one of our games cancel because of weather. So what are you looking forward to the second half of the season here? Well, actually, it's not the second half, but the second semester of the season.
Well, when we come back second semester, we'll have a lot of games in a short amount of time.
Right.
I think we have probably the best home court atmosphere of any team in the conference, and we just hope that continues. We hope that we continue to work hard and get better, and we can put a product on the floor that makes everybody proud of, and we hope that they'll continue to come out and support us, and because we're going to need that. As the season gets late in the year, the girls are playing 2 and 3 times a game, or 2 or 3 times a week. It becomes a grind towards the end of the season, and oftentimes we're playing really well early, and then as the season, with injuries and things like that, it wears on you. So we just need to support the community, the support of the students, and we just hope that they'll continue to come out and watch us and support us like they always have.
Yeah. Now, Kylene, you didn't talk about, you had a sister that went here, Kylene, and she was a good softball player, didn't play basketball. That's okay, not everybody can do 2 sports. And then you have your dad helps out, right? He's the assistant softball coach, so really is a Culler family with the Ferrum family, and that's pretty cool, I think. And your dad's really well respected on campus and has added a lot to our program. And he's a part-time employee, right? What else? Anything? And what's Kylene doing these days?
Well, she's actually in pharmacy school at Campbell University, and she's first semester into that, and she finished up her classes. She's doing really well, and she comes here all the time because she misses it.
Right.
She absolutely loves Ferrum. She says it's definitely not the same going away, but she's in a good spot. She's good where she's at.
Yeah, and I think like you say, Coach, we are fortunate that we have a great home gym advantage. I've been on the road to a couple of road trips, and there just isn't the crowd that we get at little Ferrum College, and it's pretty cool to have that. Okay, we're running down on time. I don't know if either of you, do you have any shout outs you want to make? You're pretty worried about your finals today, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anything? You got your family, Karen, Harvey, a great asset to your team. Adam Crawford, your 2 assistants, really good assistants that help you out quite a bit, don't they?
They do. A great staff, and like I've said this before, but you spend a lot of hours, a lot of time with your staff all season long, but especially during basketball season, and it's great when you really enjoy being around your staff, and they're loyal and they work hard, and I couldn't ask for a better staff.
And one of your staff is your wife, a volunteer assistant, and it's great to have her with you, and you spend a lot of time together at home and on the team.
We do, and just like you were talking about with Kylene and her family,
Yeah,
it's just family. It's a family atmosphere, and we sell that. I think that's important when we talk to recruits, that that's what you get when you come here, and we're proud of that. So
your kids get to come to practice and help you out a lot, which is great.
They do. Tucker was running the clock yesterday in practice,
Right.
and Tyler was filming. Tyler's been filming, and so
Right.
and so it's nice when they're around. And when you coach, it's not, I wouldn't say labor intensive work, but it's a lot of hours. So you're away from home a lot. So when you can have your family here and they can be a part of it,
Sure.
It's nice.
Sure. Okay, well, next week we're going to feature Nate Yetzer, our wrestling coach, and they had a postponed match, I think, last Sunday too, with the weather. And so we'll be back next week, same time, same station. Good luck to you, Kylene. Good luck with your final exams. I know that's not easy. I never was a big fan of finals.
Thank you.
Coach Bryan, Harvey, you're doing a great job, and just really enjoy the atmosphere and the team spirit that you guys have shown all year and every year. So thank you.
Thanks for having us, and
Right.
just want to wish all the students good luck on exams,
Right.
and hope that they have a great Christmas, and look forward to seeing them in January.
Yeah. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody, but we'll be back next week, and have a great holiday. Until next week, this is Dave Newcombe saying so long.